is Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy, it's loud, it's hectic. We're in New York City, but I want you to listen to No Holds Barred Network.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 30 of the All Elite Podcast, your fight for the fallen predictions right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all AEW content and more, with our new show, Under the Ropes, which episode 1 is live on the channel, or on the network right now with the special interview with Anthony Gangone, so go check that out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the All Elite Podcast. I'm your host, as always, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and I'm always joined by my co-host. She is the executive vice president of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, and the owner of the list of husbands, Tiffany. What's going on, Tiffany? I'm sorry. Like, I threw her under the bus last episode, and I got to do it again now.
I'm still recovering from this. You really threw me under the bus.
With the updated T-shirt out of a couple hours ago, I sent it in to our pals at KayFabe Tees. That new design will be on the store soon. So for you guys that want maybe a shirt of the list of husbands, because our shirt sales are just through the roof right now. So gotta get that design in there. Anyways, guys, if you guys are new to the All Elite Podcast, welcome. This is where myself and Tiffany talk about everything in the All Elite Wrestling world. We give you predictions, reviews, being the elite, go-overs, and the road to documentaries as well on YouTube. Everything you need for your source for All Elite Wrestling is right here on the All Elite Podcast. And if you're here again, welcome back. As you can see, if you're watching the YouTube version, or if you're watching on Twitter, on Periscope, or Twitch, this is the predictions for Fight for the Fallen. As for the review, I don't know yet. We're still figuring that out. It'll probably be announced Friday, maybe even Saturday during the day before Fight for the Fallen, when we can get together. Myself and Tiff, we can do the review. So bear with us as we figure that out. But we're doing the predictions today, and we actually had a match added today out of the Road to Fight for the Fallen documentary series. I guess the last episode before Saturday.
Yes.
So which we'll get into it a little bit later. But if you are coming back to the podcast, you know how we do it here. So first off and foremost, the plugs from your plugs. And that is follow us on social media. Yeah, we have social media accounts if you're into that thing. I mean, it's 2019. I hope you are. So you can follow us on Facebook, All Elite Podcast. You can like us there. Go on Instagram, All Elite Pod. And on Twitter, All Elite Pod. That's the famous one, the Twitter. That's what the cool kids are doing today, is the Twitter. So make sure you go over there. And most importantly, subscribe on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and the little bell right next to it to make sure your notification bell is turned on to let you know when we're going live. And it helps us changing our URL, because our horrible URL right now can only be changed at 1,000 subs, where I think we're like 815 right now. So we're getting up there. So a sub would help. Make sure you share with all your friends. That's also the cool thing to do. So make sure you share with all your friends. Yeah.
Thing to do.
Also, another cool thing to do is taking us on the go. If you guys are more of a taking on the go podcast, we're available for everyone. And that is on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, and iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts, where you can take the All Elite Podcast with you. And thank you for everyone who's downloaded the episode and given us a 5-star rating. Anything helps. Thank you very much for that. And if you don't know, now you know. You're in the know with All Elite Podcast. Also, like I said before, we have a t-shirt store. Lots of cool-looking tees on there. Presented by our friends at KayFabe Tees, whatforapparel.com/AEP, and all proceeds for every single t-shirt is donated right to Culture City. We do not make any profit on these t-shirts, so these are basically going full profit to Culture City. Lots of cool looking t-shirts, like we said before. The list of husbands and the new design is on the way. We got Pissant Company, We got Merp, the official podcast mascot, Fat Pharaoh, which we'll see in a minute here. But yeah, a lot of cool looking t-shirts on that store, and that's presented by our friends. That's KayFabeTees.com. They have a lot of cool looking t-shirts as well, guys. They are awesome t-shirt websites with lots of cool designs. There's more than this, what you can see on the screen. Lots of cool looking t-shirts on their website, KayFabeTees.com. Go check them out. And as always, a message from their executive vice president, Mr. Beak. Meaning, I think he wants to be number 2 for list of husbands. I think I figured out that's what that actually means.
Yes, because it's official.
So, Mr. Beak, I'm assuming we'll probably see a change.org petition soon for from Mr. Beak to get to number 2. So, God, I mean, your plate's full too, Tiff, but then my plate becomes full because I got to do the editing for the logo and everything. So, like, you know.
Like, you know, just even like Brad was saying before, you need a 5XL shirt to like list all my list of husbands.
I'm telling you, I said it before. You're like the Jericho gif. That's a gif now, or if you guys remember Jericho from WCW with his long list, that's actually accurately Tiff's list of husbands. Not kidding. It's huge.
If Anthony doesn't know, somebody tag him and tell him that we're live. So
Anthony Gangone, yeah, number 1, yeah.
Gangone, you know, Mr. Number 1, you know. But yeah. So we have Fat Pharaoh, guys.
There you go.
What is going on, Fat Pharaoh?
He's the official mascot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna bring him with me.
He's looking a little trim there. He's got some abs going.
I think. Are you working out when? I don't know. He must be hitting the gym.
I think he's the only one continuing the full gear challenge. This guy's a trooper.
That is not true. I am on the do the work challenge.
Oh, do the work challenge.
Okay, it's do the work challenge. If you guys like, I said it. I want to lose 20 pounds by August 31st. Okay, I'm down 2 pounds, so 18 more to go. What do we got? 6 weeks to go. So all out. So I have 18 more pounds to go. So it's gonna happen.
If not, you can always just like cleverly move the scale and say, "I did it."
No, I'm gonna make it happen. So, and then I wanted to share something with you guys as well, okay?
Uh-oh.
My best friends, okay, I went to their house to watch G1 the other day. So they went to Hershey Park, Brad and Margaret, I love you guys. Anyway, so they brought me this gigantic kiss.
That's not the big kiss.
Yes, it is. Look how big this thing is. Like, I can't even make up the, like, look. Seriously, look. All right.
Is this the one from Being the Elite? Is that the actual one?
Yeah, so guys, if you've watched the like early episodes of Being the Elite, okay, there was a skit with Scorpio Sky that he was walking to the door with a date, and he was like, what would make better, you know, would make this night better is a gigantic kiss. So you see him pucker up, and then the camera just zooms into him, and then it zooms back out, and then you see Matt Jackson holding this gigantic kiss. And then he opens the foil, and he takes a bite out of it. I lost my shit. So I lost it every time. So yeah, so this, I can't even eat, well, I'm not eating it anyway because I'm on the diet, but.
The diet.
The diet.
Yes.
I'm from New York. Everything you put a "the" in front of it. But yeah, maybe this will go in the shrine. So actually, I have to like boot off people from the shrine because Anthony Gangone is number 1 now. So I don't know, like we need a little update. So, but anyway.
Anyways, Fight for the Fallen Saturday. Pretty big event in terms of 2 things. 1, there's a lot of good matches, and 2, the proceeds, obviously, for this event, all proceeds going towards supporting gun violence in the United States. That was a huge thing, and that's the biggest thing with this event to take out of. And I loved what we got out of the documentary series today. I didn't know, and I don't think anybody knew. I don't think anyone could have called this that Tony Khan's dad was the one that built that place.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm like, okay, this is just like it just always seems like they always do something that just me like, oh my god, I just love this company. It just you know how like in the Grinch how the heart goes from small to like big. That's me in AEW.
And this is why we're covering it.
Yeah.
Like, we love it.
So that's cool. And then we got, if you guys didn't watch it, The Road to Fight for Fallen Part 3, I believe it is. It's out. They just released it today. We had a cool thing with the Rhodes Brothers. We had a match announcement, which was Sonny Kiss is going to be in a match finally for AEW. Been waiting for him to get into a match sooner than later. He'll be facing off against
Peter
Avalon, the librarian, with Leva Bates. So is Leva Bates gonna have some revenge on what Peter did to her at Fyter Fest? I guess we'll have to see. But it is a pre-show match, so there's going to be a lot of antics, I'm assuming, in this one. But Sonny Kiss versus Peter Avalon. I think also we're going to get a good showcase out of Sonny Kiss and what he's all about and what he brings to AEW. So I'm excited for that. And so there's 2 pre-show matches announced. The other one is an insane, this could literally turn into like a 6-way dance kind of match. Like, I don't understand how any of these guys are even on. Like, none of these guys in this 6-man tag team match are people right now that are teammate worthy or would want to be in a team. We have Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, Joey Janela, MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Sean Spears. All these guys are like independent. You know what I mean? Like, they're strong independent men. You know how you say the strong independent woman kind of thing. They don't need anybody else. They don't need partners. They don't need a friend. They don't need their older brother. No, but you know what I mean. Like this just has this screams, part of my potty mouth here, shit show. Like this. This is going to be nuts.
Like this is going to build, going forward, I keep talking about this, that we're having all these things that it's building towards pay-per-views, and then we're building towards October. So I feel like, yeah, you're right. This is going to be a fucking shit show of a match. So, but, oof, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
Someone said in the chat that wasn't the pre-show. I'm pretty sure it's in the buy-in. I thought I saw the buy-in logo on this one.
Was it?
I believe so. Do I have to pull it? No, it's the buy-in. I see it right here.
Don't confuse me and Kyle.
No, it's the buy-in. I'm not pulling the bell of shame here. It's on the buy-in. I'm right.
Do not confuse me and Kyle, okay?
Another thing that was it was shortly announced a couple weeks ago. I think we kind of brought it up in the last episode, but Jericho is going to be making an appearance. And they're advertising it. He has a live mic, so that's another thing. But the Road to Fight for the Fallen was a really cool episode. If you guys didn't watch it, go watch it. The really cool kind of documentary style with the Rhodes Brothers, and they kind of made a subtle shot there. Obviously, they're making a shot at the Young Bucks, and there were some WWE shots obviously in there, but they kind of made a subtle shot at Kenny Omega. And my fantasy brain started going nuts. I'm like, can we get maybe one day, maybe it probably won't be anytime soon because of contracts, but the Golden Lovers versus the Rhodes Brothers. But what we got out of this, though, and that's just a fancy matchup, but what we got out of this, though, is I think we know what Cody Rhodes is going to be once TV time comes. I think him and I think him and his brother Dustin are going to be a tag team, because we know that AEW is going to be focusing, their main focus is going to be the tag team division. They're going to be known for having excellent tag teams. So I took out of this that for the beginning of how the TV tapings and going forward after, I think the Rhodes Brothers are going to be in the tag team division, and I wouldn't put it past. Oh no, wait, they couldn't, because he's gonna have a match at all. Never mind. So scratch that. But I know for sure that, or I know for sure, but I'm predicting that once the TV comes, it's gonna be the Rhodes Brothers in the tag team division.
No, I don't think so. I think this is going to be the last match, because even him saying it in the Road to Fight for the Falling that he wanted to retire the last match, but that he couldn't say no to Cody. So I really feel like this is going to be the last match. What if this ignites
the spark that he wants? He's like, you know what? Cody ignited the spark in me. Now I'm going to continue.
I don't know. I always go back to it. It's I feel like when you're past your prime and you can't be doing this anymore, you shouldn't be doing this. So, we got a really good match.
Right.
At, what's it called, Fyter Fest with them. So, yeah. But I don't know. I see him being like a coach, and I see him being stage. What?
Who got a good match at Fyter Fest?
Dustin and Cody.
That was at Double or Nothing. So, Tiff.
Bell shave.
You should know, because Cody faced your boy Darby at Fight for the Fallen.
So okay, so I fucked up. I got Fyter Fest on the brain.
Shame. It's okay. There'll be my moment to get the bell of shame. Anyway, so in total, including the buy-in, we have 7 confirmed matches for Fight for the Fallen.
I think we're gonna get. Wait, actually, before you even say this, so if by the time, because I know like the reason why we're doing the prediction show early is because we can't really like hook up to do this episode later in the week. So I just want to say this now, and I meant to tell this with Kyle. If there's another prediction, if there's another match,
I don't think there's going to be.
Well, I'm just saying, if for some reason, if there is announced another match by before Fight for the Falling, then I think me and Kyle will leave our prediction below this video.
Okay.
So we'll do that. And then maybe we'll tweet it out as well, but we'll put it under the YouTube.
The YouTube.
The YouTube.
Did we touch base with the being the elite on the last episode?
Monday's episode, no.
Yeah, no. So we can kind of go over what happened on that before we go anywhere. So we'll get into being the elite this week. From what I remember, it was a good episode. I think the one thing I took out of the entire thing, which is really funny, I laugh at childish things. Like that's just me. The part where SCU were all late for their flight and they're all scrambling, I was howling when Frankie Kazarian was slipping all over his sheets. I was almost on the floor in tears watching that because Frankie Kazarian is freaking hilarious. That was so funny. I mean, it's not the biggest thing to take away from it, but that was one of the funniest parts of it. The biggest thing we take away from it is actually what happened right in the beginning.
Yeah.
We had the Young Bucks with Leva Bates, but the notepad. The notepad is what was important. So the notepad had a few things.
October 2nd, the date.
Yeah, it had October 2nd on it. It had basically like they needed more humor. There was another thing. It said then they started making fun of like Cody and Dustin again, like saying like the brothers thing.
Okay, I have it. Who should we bury?
Yeah, who should we bury?
October 2nd, more comedy. I don't need a partner. I don't need a friend. I need my older brother. And then we had on the bottom Good Brothers.
But
and then
it's crossed out because they re-signed with the WWE. And I think that was a joke. I mean, obviously they would accept them if they ever wanted to come. I don't think they were trying to pull them away from that. That's what some of the WWE ass kissers think, that we're trying to just pull everybody away. Like, we're trying to pull everybody away. I honestly think they're just, if they see someone that's trying to leave WWE and they're good enough and they want them, they might reach out to them, or if they'll wait for them to reach out to them. I don't think they're sitting there, like what people think what's going on is hilarious. And what I read on Twitter makes me shut it off in 2 seconds and then I go about my day. Anyways, what they were doing too, at some point on the chat, they're making fun of Baron Corbin when they were like, "Yeah, let's have a let's." They're making fun of like the librarians and how they're trying to like boost it up and say like, "We'll just add them to everything. It's so good. We can add it to like the main events. You know what I mean?" Yeah. And like they go like a Baron Corbin style push, but they bleep out the Corbin. So that was funny, and then they wrote the librarian's main event at the end of like they're saying they're gonna book them as the main event of the first TV show.
I don't know. It's not over, but I don't know. I think they're forcing it, and I don't know. But somebody tweeted something that I saw. They were like, "Don't give." Like the Young Bucks and Kenny a challenge and Cody like a challenge, because they will nail it. And then they were referring to All In, and look what wound up happening. So maybe right now we're not with it, but maybe I'm hoping eventually we can get with it, or they just scratch it. I mean, I really feel Peter Avalon does not need the gimmick. I think he's an amazing heel. He does not need this gimmick. But it's still the beginning, so we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yep. And then we had transition to the Young Bucks at a California. I think it was like a signing.
No, that was in Florida.
Florida? Okay, it was a Florida signing.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, and they had this kid come up and have these cool designs. He had a T-shirt, from my remembering, and I remember they took a picture with him.
And then Mick Foley.
Yeah, I think, but the best part was the guy dressed as Mona from
yes.
the movie. I mean, oh my god, dude, that guy was like he got the whole costume and he took the picture with he made the Young Bucks do the thing, he had the eyebrow going, like that was hilarious. And then the Mick Foley thing was funny. The guy was wearing like flannel and Mick Foley's shirt. Mick Foley was like, hey, what are you doing? That's not my line.
Yeah.
And then he was like asking people from the Young Bucks line to come over to his line. That was funny. And then
like, have a nice day, and then
yeah,
this started.
Yeah, like, have a nice day, Mick. Oh, that was great. I bet you WWE's not happy about that. How dare you, Mick Foley? How you going those videos, Mick Foley? Come on, make it look bad. Anyways, then we had Mr. Knox.
Yeah.
The referee being I guess a Baywatch kind of. I don't know. He's just being a lifeguard, and I
love how it's all over.
And he sees like Jungle Boy like drowning, and then like he's gonna go save them, and then out comes Luchasaurus from under the water lifting him up, and he's like, "Of course."
Oh. No, he said should have known.
Oh, should have known.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then we got into the whole my favorite part. SCU being late and them scrambling out of bed. Seriously, like if you guys haven't seen, go back and watch Kazarian just slip out of bed and just slip all over his sheets, and like it's like he's like slipping on ice bare feet. And then they're rushing out of the hotel room. I think they got to the airport, and then they're like doing their promo, but like very, very, very fast. And then they get they're loud, so all you hear is shh. And they turn, and freaking Avalon just sitting there. I missed my flight too. Then yes.
Oh, Kyle's favorite.
My boy, Sean
Kyle's
Spears, finally in BT. I love it, man. Getting I think we're gonna see a lot of him in BT. It was really quick, but I don't know. Sean Spears was like tapping on his back.
Yeah, like with the mosquitoes.
Yeah. And then the Knox comes out of nowhere and thinks it's a tap out and just ring the bell. They ring the bell. I just sitting there going, "What the fuck?" Okay.
So
and then rings the bell.
Is that going to be counted as one of the losses?
I don't know.
I was thinking about that.
And then I had BT mailbag, and I saw Cutler, and I'm like, "Oh my god, please answer Tiff's
Cutler!
question."
Brandon Cutler sighting!
I was like, "Damn it." I thought for sure we answer your question, but his question was, "What's your dream cosplay?" Which is a cool question. The guy has got some sick-looking cosplay, and he brought up the one he did that weekend that they filmed this, and then he also showed the picture of the Captain Falcon one, which is pretty cool. So that was his question. And on one was to, I believe it was is it Matt or Nick?
Matt.
It was Matt that was Matt, and then it was something about like poking fun at like the Rhodes brothers.
Wow.
I forgot his answer though.
Shame.
He said something clever about it, and I don't remember.
What about poking shame?
Yeah.
That he said that they had their moment and it was a great moment.
Yeah,
and
all I remember is him like scrambling with the Funko Pops after.
Oh, well, yeah, Nick was asking him, like, he goes, "I need you to do me a favor." I don't need a friend. I don't need a partner. I need my older brother to call an Uber because it's hot here and I'm carrying my like Funko Pop.
It was funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
And we had a kind of a promo match announcement of SCU, Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky announcing that they're going to face the Lucha Brothers at Fight for the Fallen, man. And then Christopher Daniels is going to be in their corner, so he's not going to have a singles match. He'll be in their corner. So we had the Lucha Bros and SCU at Fight for the Fallen. Tiffany sent me the match before I watched it. He's like, "You're going to mark out when you see this." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" This is going to be a sick match. I can't wait to talk about that. And then, so Christopher Daniels in the corner of SCU. I think, or I don't know, maybe Laredo Kid joins the Lucha Bros.
Ooh, that's a good prediction.
Maybe.
That'd be good.
Yeah. So we'll see. SCU
You.
versus the Lucha Bros. That's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a really good match.
So for the record, guys, when I go to Starcast, me and Kyle, well, Kyle came up with a great idea. I love it. So Kyle's gonna get the credit for this, but Kyle wants me to get there to go, this is the worst podcast I've ever listened to. I don't know. You think you're gonna do it? That'd be awesome.
I hope.
If anyone that could like persuade things, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. I got Johnny Gargano to do our intro. It's gonna be me. I gotta make it happen.
Awesome. Anywho, that was Being the Elite, and we went over the road to double Fight for the Fallen.
Wow.
God.
Shame.
That's not even that bad.
Listen, you didn't shame yourself before.
That's not a shame though. You forgot you're a person that's on your damn list.
What?
Darby's on your list, is he not?
Darby is not on the list of husbands.
Why not?
Because he's not.
That deserves a shame.
Well,
I'm just saying. Just saying. Just putting it out there. You know. Just saying.
everybody's trying to like put people on my list. Don't be putting people on my list, okay?
Anyways.
There was a question in the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, do you think Marty Scurll and Villain and Enterprise will come to AEW? I think eventually. Yes. And you, Kyle, are like huge on that. We definitely think that they're gonna come, and I think.
I think we have to wait till Marty's contract gets renewed, and then he puts a clause in there saying that he's allowed to go if he renews with Ring of Honor. Then he's gonna. I assume he'll ask for a clause to go do like one thing with AEW to, settle that storyline of him being forgotten. If not, maybe he comes straight to AEW. Who knows? Because I don't think everyone in his enterprise have the same contract length, right? If Marty's done, let's say October, and the other guys are signed for another year, he can't take everybody with them.
Right.
So,
well, this is kind of what happened
and
anyway.
Maybe ROH owns Villain Enterprise. Maybe he can't carry that gimmick over.
Right. But this is what happened. That obviously everybody left Ring of Honor, and Marty was left behind. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. He is going to be at the Pro Wrestling store around All Out. Mm-hmm. So Marty's going to be backstage, but I don't know. Do you think he's good? I don't think he's going to show up at All Out.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
I think if he's going to show up, it's going to be like the TV. Like that's going to be our big pop, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can't find the damn contract. I mean, we saw something that was like the end of the year. That was it. So it's very vague.
Yeah, it was like November or October, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then Flip is until 2020. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So we'll see. If we hear anything, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah. So without further ado, moment of truth. I believe me and Tiff are still tied even after Fighter Fest.
Yes. We are tied.
So maybe we'll get the settle of the tiebreaker here with our predictions for Fight for the Fallen. So we'll get into it, Tiff, and we'll start off with our predictions here. So again, like I said, 7 confirmed matches, including the pre-show. And like Tiff said, if more matches do get announced from now until Saturday, we'll put our predictions for those down, and we'll pin it to the comments below, and we'll tweet about it as well. So for now, we are going to do our predictions for the 7 matches announced currently right now. So, I'll start off, and I'll just do the order they have it here. I'll go from bottom, I'll go into an order where I think for sure Cody and Dustin is the main event. So, we'll talk about every other match, and we'll leave that for last. So, Brandy Rhodes and Allie we'll talk about first. So, the women's match for Fight for the Fallen, maybe 2. There is the rumor of Bea Priestley being at Fight for the Fallen. It was a Nightmare Family YouTube account that answered someone asking, isn't she supposed to be there? And they said, yes, she is. Whether or not it's going to be like an announcement of her signing, whether it's going to be some sort of promo she cuts. Tiff suggested it was maybe she has a surprise match with the other AEW signee recently. Sadie Gibbs, maybe.
Well, I don't think they're going to have a match.
It's tough to have 2 surprise people in one. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to they kind of overshadows both. I think it would have to be like a Britt Baker or Nyla Rose cutting a promo in the ring saying, "Oh, they forgot to put me on the card. I've been so dominant, yada yada yada." Then they issue an open challenge, and then Bea Priestley answers it maybe, or even if it's Gibbs that answers it. So we'll see. But as for now, the confirmed announced match is Allie versus Brandy Rhodes, and we know the whole story. If you haven't, go watch the Road to Fight for the Fallen. It will definitely get you in the feels as well for this whole Brandy Rhodes story. And I got it brought up, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of see the difference. So I can't really sit here and pump Brandy Rhodes' tires that much because we don't really know that much about, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really know if she's gonna be a good wrestler, like if she's gonna be this like the best women's wrestler on the roster, which I highly doubt. But I got brought up a similarity about her upbringing. It's literally almost identical to Alexa Bliss. So the way that how Alexa Bliss got brought up as a model, she was hired to WWE as a model, and she learned her wrestling that way. And you know how Alexa Bliss has her critics as well. I mean, Brandy's brought up the same way if you watch a documentary series. She started as a figure skater, like something non-wrestling. But, I mean, I think they just show that she has that competition drive in her. And then she was hired in WWE as a model, right? Like, she was a ring announcer. She wasn't even a wrestler. Right. So I can see the similarities there, how I was shown. So I can't sit here and pump Brandy's tires. I know she's been working her ass off to get better in the ring and to prepare for her first match. So I'm going to go in the open mind, obviously. I think she's going to have a good match. I don't think she's going to be the best wrestler in the world or prove that she's a top wrestler in AEW. I think she's just going to prove that she can hang in the ring. So, and I think Allie's the perfect opponent for that. We've seen the backstory with the being the elite, obviously, and some of the Road to documentaries, especially the one today. I think it just shows how much of a two-faced girl, like, in her character that Brandy is towards Allie. So I can see a little bit of bad blood going on in this match. I think it'll be a decent match. I mean, it sucks for Allie. She had her showcase lot at Fyter Fest with Leva Bates. It doesn't really look like they had the best chemistry together, so it wasn't seen as a great showing for Allie. I've seen Allie personally beyond this, and if people know Impact Wrestling, we know about Allie Impact and how she can actually, she can go in the ring. So I think maybe her and Brandy can have a decent match. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. As for a winner, this was tough. This was tough, and it's a match that's not even, standing out on the card really. Like, and this was tough to predict because I could see this going either way. Like either way. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Brandy Rhodes here. So I'm sticking to that. I think she's gonna get over. I think she's gonna go over Allie, but she's not gonna do it alone. I think she's going to play to her heel side here and her two-face side, and she's going to have help. Whether it's from somebody, I don't know, maybe Penelope Ford, somebody, she's going to have help. So I'm going with Brandy.
Yeah, this was really... this whole card was very hard to predict. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, like, I'm getting more and more stumped every pay-per-view that we're going into. Mm-hmm. But... I mean, I was talking to a couple of people. Metal and me were actually having this conversation earlier. He was thinking that, Allie's going to get beat up at the end because if you go back to, what was it, the Being the Elite episode that Brandy was, or was it the Road, that she was on the phone, that she called saying, oh, I need, your help or whatever. So, I don't know, but my friend Brad made a point that all matches, all wins and losses count, and they have to mean something. So I don't think we're going to see too much interference at all. I don't think anybody's going to interfere in this match. I think I agree with Kyle. I think Brandy's going to take this. She's been working very hard, and after seeing the documentary and everything, I really feel like it's going to go to her because we're just seeing more stuff with her, and she's working hard, and I think she's going to pick up this win.
Yeah. So Cuba Girl in the chat says she looked a little green in Ring of Honor, but she said she had a good match with Io Shirai. We're talking about Brandy with Io Shirai at Stardom. I haven't seen that match. I'll have to go back and see that if it was a good match. So we'll see. If that's the case, maybe we'll get a good match here. So, and then Cuba goes on to say, I see Allie by DQ. I think either Bea, Penelope, or maybe a surprise entrant comes in. Ooh. Like my prediction there.
There you go.
Anyways, we'll move on. Kenny Omega versus Shima. So this is interesting because Shima and Omega have not a little bit of a history together. They just they come from the same, like they've trained together. They're from the same past almost. So I think this is interesting. I think this is two similar styles clashing. So that means this could be not the underdog match, the dark horse match of the card. This could be the potential show stealer. I know that they're aiming for the Rhodes and the Young Bucks to be the show stealer here and to be the best show or the match on the card. I think Omega and Shima have potential to steal the show. I think this is going to be a very good match. I think we're going to get a lot out of this. I know you said like wins and losses matter and interference less. I dibble dabble in a little bit of a Moxley appearance here because he's not booked on the card and they haven't said anything about him, and we know that they're setting up for Moxley and Omega at All Out. Maybe even after the match, Moxley jumps Kenny Omega, something. But as for a winner here, I think to make Omega look strong going into his match with Moxley, I think he's going to pick up the victory here over Shima.
Shit.
How is that funny?
I know, I'm laughing because
I know you're laughing at something else.
Exactly alike.
No, it's tough.
I have to say, like, originally I was gonna say Shima for this, and then I was thinking about it. I'm like, no, because we're having this match at All Out with Kenny. He's got to go into this strong. So I did change my pick, and I did agree with you. But I do also think that Jon Moxley is going to appear, whether it's after the match. Or maybe something like the ref gets knocked out or something, and Moxley comes in and beats him up.
So apparently, according to Eric in the chat, he says Moxley's in Japan because of G1.
Ah, that's right. That's right. Got this weekend. That's right.
Maybe there's a video package that comes on the screen and tricks Omega, and it causes him to. I don't know. I can't see that. That's like I can't see that. Oh well, I'm still sticking with my pick. I think Omega is gonna win here.
Yeah. So we agree on both these matches.
Yeah. And Cuba Girl in the chat also pointed out that Shima can take the loss here because he beat Christopher Daniels at Fyter Fest, so he's good to take an L here.
Yeah.
So we're both agreeing so far. It might come down to one match. We'll see. But we'll move on here to Adam Page and Kip Sabian.
Ooh, list the husband.
List the husbands, Kip Sabian. No, not sure what number he's on. But we know number 1. So eventually people will know maybe like the top 10 eventually. So Kip Sabian, if you're listening, if you ever do listen, you're on there. So can't tell you what rank you are, but you're not number 1. Sorry. Belongs to Anthony Gango. Maybe you have to have a match with him over that.
Fight for my love.
Instead of an AEP pay-per-view. Anyways. So Kip Sabian, Hangman Page. This should be... sorry, I have to wait for my co-host. Are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay. Anyways. Kip Sabian and Hangman Page should be a good match. I'm loving this. I don't know if Jericho plays every match or something that could happen, and that maybe our WWE minds kind of thinking that because we're so used to it in the WWE. But I mean, it would be something like Jericho to do to help build towards their championship match at All Out, because there hasn't really been that much of a build for that since Double or Nothing, right? So this would probably be the match for them to do some sort of antics during it or after. This one's tough. This one was very, very tough for me because I like both these guys. I'm very impressed out of Kip Sabian. I wasn't really aware of who he was up until this point. I had to go back and watch a lot of highlights and other matches he was in, and I'm loving his style, especially the one he had with Sammy Guevara at Double or Nothing. That was a really good match. And Hangman, we already know about Hangman. So this is gonna be I think it's gonna be a very close match. I'm going to stick with my guts telling me I think the antics are going to play factor into the match, not after the match. And I think it's going to cause Hangman the match. I honestly think that I could see a Hangman taking an L in this and going to... I know it doesn't look the greatest him going to his championship match. But I think my gut's telling me something's gonna make Sabian steal the match, and he's gonna steal the victory. So I'm picking Kip Sabian. I think this might be where our picks are different.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of thought how you thought originally. I was like, I really do feel Jericho's going to interfere in this match, but I don't think he's going to cost them the match. Hangman Page still needs to look strong.
I saw it the other way too. I saw it like this match could go without anything, and then later on, Jericho has his promo, and then Hangman comes out at that point. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so you and me differ here. I'm still gonna go with Hangman.
Going with the Hangman.
Yeah, I'm going with Hangman. But again, like I said, you can. I think we could. That's the nice thing. We can see the possibilities of all different things happening in this pay-per-view. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Hangman Page.
Awesome. Next match. Let's talk about the one pre-show match.
Okay.
The potential shit show of a 6-man tag team match.
Shit show.
So the team of Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela. How the hell are all those three going to get along? I don't understand how Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, those guys are both like half dead, and Joey Janela, who fresh off his fight with Enzo at a Blink-182 concert, and then facing off against MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Sean Spears. Like again, like I said in the beginning, none of these guys are teamwork. Like they're not tag team people. Like they're not in their breaking cave here. They're not in their character to be a teammate with anybody right now. So this again, like I had this potential of a all-out brawl eventually, or maybe they get along. Maybe they settle the differences and get along here. The only team that doesn't make sense is obviously MJF and Sean Spears. MJF sticking up for Cody and what he did. That's gonna be. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I don't know if MJF's gonna be the one to walk out. I can definitely see them costing the match for Sammy Guevara, and Sammy Guevara is like the odd one out here. So just out of instinct and
Metal says Jungle Boy wins.
Jungle Boy, it comes out of nowhere. I'm gonna pick because I can't really name them all. I'm just gonna pick Team Havoc to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you with this. I feel like this is where we're gonna build some storylines going on. A lot of shit's gonna. You're right. It's gonna be a shit show. So something's gonna happen. MJF's gonna beat up Sean Spears. It's just gonna be a twist. It's just gonna be very bad. I mean, it's gonna be a very good match.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be like all over the place.
I think we're gonna at least get a match out of it until the end.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I feel like we're gonna like somewhere in here we're gonna have some sort of match from these 6 guys that's gonna go to All Out, definitely. I think Sammy G is gonna take the pin on this one.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I said
Yeah.
I think MJF and Sean Spears are gonna fight themselves out of this match. That they're gonna brawl to a point where they end up backstage. So.
All right.
And that's just going to leave Sammy G against all 3 of those guys, and he's going to get his ass whooped. Like, Sammy G, you're taking the big L here. Like, you're probably going to get triple finishered. I'm sorry. Maybe a staple to the head. I don't know. But, I mean, that's what I mean. Janela and Havoc have beef. Like he stapled a cigarette to his forehead in the Double or Nothing Battle Royal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy here. So, that's why we say a potential of a shit show for sure. The other pre-show match, Sunny Kiss, that was announced today against Peter Avalon with Leva Bates. Not really much else to say about this one. I think it's going to play exactly how the other against Leva Bates and Ali happened at Fyter Fest. I think that, this is a too easy prediction. I think Leva Bates is going to cost Peter Avalon the match, and Sunny Kiss is going to win. I think we're hoping we see a decent showing for Sunny Kiss, because I think he brings a lot to the table here, and we're going to get a good showing because everyone's just waiting for him to have a match. And I think everyone's been waiting since the whole All Elite Wrestling announcement for him to have something. So I'm glad that we got a little bit of a showing in the Battle Royal, but Battle Royals you can't get that big of a showing. All you remember from the Battle Royal is him like driving Dreamer into his ass. So not really that much of a showing. So Sunny for the win.
Yeah, so this one, believe it or not, was the hardest one for me to pick. Yeah.
You don't think it's going to be the same way? Like he's going to cost him, or she's going to cost him?
listen to me, okay? Because I actually agree with Kyle. Okay, I'm going with Sunny Kiss. But the reason why I said that this was really the hardest one out of all of them, because I can see this going the other way. And the reason for this is that I'm thinking that Leva Bates like interferes, but helps him, that he actually wins the match, and then he falls more in love with her. That we see more Brandon Cutler sightings on Being the Elite.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you pick that?
You want me to pick that because
I'm gonna be right.
Because what?
Because I'm gonna be right.
No, but so I was. This is what I was going back and forth with. I was like, if they're trying to push this librarian gimmick, like this could be it, that it could work, if they're the love for each other. But I mean, my gut is not going with that. So it was just a thought. But yeah, I play with that. So I'm gonna go with you with this.
Okay. Next match, which we'll talk about, is the one that was announced on Being the Elite, SoCal Uncensored, SCU. Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, with Christopher Daniels at ringside versus the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, and I'm guessing potentially maybe Laredo Kid in their corner to combat Christopher Daniels. Again, like we said, this is going to be a really good match.
Yeah.
We know all about SCU. Obviously, if you don't know what the Lucha Brothers, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under. So this is going to be a really good tag team match. Like we said before, AEW is all about the tag team. So we know that they're going to put a lot of effort into making this a good match. And I think it's going to be one of the show stealers as well. This one, I'm telling you right now, this was, for me, out of all matches announced, this one was the toughest one for me to pick. So usually the last one was yours, this one was mine.
Mm-hmm.
Even to right now, like, I'm so iffy on who to pick here, because I can see either team taking the L. It's tough to pick Lucha Brothers losing to SCU, but then I can also see maybe SCU stealing a victory over the Lucha Brothers. So I have to go with the gut here, and I'm gonna roll the dice, roll it.
Double or nothing.
Oh, picking. This could be the breaker here. Picking SCU for the victory.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm with Lucha Brothers because
here we go.
Yes, this is where we're gonna split. But yeah,
I know it's because it's tough because they took the L at Fyter Fest, and
yeah,
I think they can take the L because they're not literally officially signed to All Elite, so
right.
the L's don't really matter, I guess, to them because they're not contracted for them. They're just people from another company coming in.
The rumor is that they're supposed to be exclusive to them. So I don't know. So, but yeah, I'm going with Lucha Brothers here. I definitely. I mean, they never faced each other before either. So this is gonna be the match of the night.
My gut fantasy thing shows them winning, like a lucky win somehow, and them just gloating about it on Being the Elite.
So then I was thinking, no, actually no, forget it, scratch it, because I really feel like it's something else for Cody and Young Bucks.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, moving on.
Scratch.
I was scratch.
Take the extra sketch, shake it out.
I was gonna say for this, but no, I changed my mind. I think for something else. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so I just thought of something because of what.
Were you like on the same page here?
No, what Cube Girl said in chat. She said Lucha Brothers because SU can take a loss, but I feel like maybe a certain team debuts here.
Yeah,
I think a team that's already debuted.
Yes, that's where. No, this is where I was. Well,
the Dark Order.
Okay, but I'm also
the Creepers.
The Creepers. Wait.
Bosh hard there. Not Sorry, Creepers be gone. Spray.
Creepers gone.
The damn headphones on.
But I actually think somebody else is going to be debuting at all. I mean, not at All Out.
LAX.
LAX. Yeah, I think LAX is showing up, but I think LAX
Americano Exchange.
I think they're gonna show up, and I think it's gonna have to do with Cody and Dustin and the Young Bucks.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. Might as well get into it now. The final confirmed match and the main event of Fight for the Fallen: Cody and Dustin Rhodes versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Brothers versus brothers.
Don't need a friend. I don't need.
Tiff,
Okay.
I don't need a host.
Okay. Ew!
I don't need a co-host. I need my older sister. Anyways, let's get into this prediction, shall we? So confirmed main event for the show. So it's going to be a really good match. We know obviously about both teams. Going to be exciting to see the Rose Brothers get back together. I mean, it's been a long time. I think they said it was like 9 years since the last time they were together. They even brought up in the documentary saying that they're the ones that the first to give the Shield the first loss. I love it. They bleeped out Shield too. That was funny. If it's anything like those matches, we know it's going to be, because those matches against the Shield were very good. Like, those were one of the best tag team matches going on WWE at that time. So if they can have good matches with the Shield, we know that these guys. And if I really do think that Dustin still has a lot more in the tank, and I think these two are gonna have a good team or a good match. I don't think it's gonna be as good as, I think people need to kind of lessen their expectations here. It's not gonna be as good as the Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks. Like, we know that those styles going together is just unreal. It's gonna be a little bit of a slower type of match, but I still think we're gonna get a lot of cool looking moves out of it and a lot of cool sequences. I can see a lot of near falls as well, especially if this is going to be the main event. This is going to be cool. I think it's going to be a very good match. Now, this is the second toughest part for me to predict this match and the winner. God, I don't know if anything's going to happen here. Like, I don't know if... I originally thought that they're going to hold off on Jericho until the end of this match, and then he comes out and does something at the end of this match, but... to me, he's facing him and Page, right? So he has no beef with these guys. Well, not that much beef. He tweeted, I think, the other day saying he still owed his thank you. But anyways, I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a straightforward match. It's tough though, because do you think they just leave this match clean, like winner wins and that's it, end of pay-per-view? Or do we end the pay-per-view off with something crazy happens? Because every event they've had so far, something crazy has happened at the end of the event. I mean, it's only been 2 events, but still. You know what I mean? It kind of seems like a little bit of a trend. Or maybe this is just it's just the end of it and that's it, end of the show.
That's why I think like LAX is going to show up.
Appear and just beat the crap out of both teams? Or just one team? The one team that's left standing?
I think it's going to be the one team, you know?
Young Bucks.
I think,
Cody and Dustin, yeah.
Because I mean, I know like you haven't said your prediction, but I really feel the Young Bucks are going to win this. I really do not see Cody and Dustin winning this, because I really feel like this is the end. But I mean, we're kind of also thinking in the terms of like WWE. We're thinking, okay, you're retired and then you have to lose. But you know, Metalhead brought this up, but who says they're in control? So maybe like they do win and Dustin goes out with a bang and that's his last match. But
that's what I'm going for. My gut says no antics, no nothing, and Code and the Rhodes Brothers win clean, and we get like another. I think we get like a hug moment, and then maybe the Young Bucks like get in the ring, and then it looks like they're gonna like make fun of them or something. I don't know. Maybe they all hug each other at the end, and it's one of those feel good moments. The crowd's on their feet applauding them. All 4 of them are raising their hands, and that's how we end the show. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm picking the Rhodes Brothers to win this match in a really, 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 really tight contest.
Yeah. Nah, so, like I said, I still think Young Bucks are going to... Okay. I think they're going to take this, yeah.
All right. So, we have some different picks here. This could settle the tiebreaker so far. So, we'll just go over the match. So, for Brandy and Allie, we both picked Brandy Rhodes to win that match. Omega and Shima, we both picked Omega over Shima. Hangman Page and Kip Sabian. Tiffany went with Hangman. I went with Kip Sabian. So there's a difference of picks there. Team Havoc and I guess Team MJF. We both agreed. We went Team Havoc. Both agreed with Sunny Kiss over the Librarian. Oh my God, I just broke my pen. Anyways, Peter Avalon. Lucha Brothers and SCU. Tiffany picked the Lucha Brothers. I picked SCU in a gutty roll of the dice pick. And for Young Bucks and the Rhodes Brothers, I picked Rhodes Brothers and Tiffany picked the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
So I like this. A lot of different picks here. This could settle it. I think this definitely will settle it. So
I'm kicking your ass, Kyle. Okay. I'm taking days and I'm kicking your ass. Okay.
we'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, so we did get some fan tweets. We did ask to see what you guys picked. So we had a few. So thank you guys. So I'm gonna read a couple. Zachary said he feels Allie, Omega, Cody and Dustin, Adam Page, Jimmy Havoc, Darby and Joey Janela, the Lucha Brothers, and Sonny Kiss. So
Allie over Brandy. Nice. Interesting pick.
Let's see. Kyle, another Kyle.
Hey.
It's not this Kyle. It's a different Kyle. Fully believe Brandy will not actually wrestle the match, and Bea Priestley will actually wrestle.
Oh, that is. Oh my God. God, that'd be so heel of her. She comes out to the ramp and she's in full gear and she goes, I'm not just ready yet. And then I have a better opponent for you. And then Bea comes out. Oh, that's probably going to happen. That's going to happen. I'm not changing my pick. I'm not going to change my pick. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. We both picked Brandy. So
that it happens at like All Out or something.
How about this?
Like if it gets hurt or something.
How about this? If it happens, then if it happens and whoever Brandy picks as her opponent is who we have to go with. You know what I mean? Because we both picked Brandy. So if it's someone else wrestling for Brandy, technically
like
they're
a
Brandy.
Replacement?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our little stipulation. If Brandy doesn't wrestle and somebody else comes out, we cannot change the alley.
No.
We have to go with whoever it is. That makes sense though.
Yeah.
But I can see that happening.
God. That's a good prediction. That's a very good prediction.
Thank you, Kyle.
Hey, it runs into Kyle genes, which is that smart.
Oh God, don't give him a please, okay? Like Jesus, I have enough of that with some people. Datila said my picks winners are SCU, Hangman Page, Omega, Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, and Darby, and it's a tough pick between Young Bucks versus Cody and Dustin. So, if you had your pick from that, let us know. So, because that was a twist. All right, then we have Casey Dave. Lucha Brothers, Hangman Page, Janela, Darby Allin, and Havoc, Omega, Brandy, and the Rhodes Brothers. So, I think a lot of people had like a lot of similar with us.
Yeah.
So I think the odd man out maybe is like the Young Bucks and the Rhodes. So, I don't know. So that was it. We only got a couple. So thank you guys for your fan tweets. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much all.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome this Saturday. So, free for everyone in the United States with Bleacher Report Live. It's a free subscription, I believe. I don't know. I don't have it up here.
Yeah, it's free. You just have to, what's it called? Oh, wow. It's like, okay, sorry. Sorry about that. I don't know why that happened. Yeah, so all you got to do is sign up on the app. That's it. Your email. Just set it up and you're good to go.
Awesome. So for people that are in the UK and Canada, fortunately we got to buy it on Fight TVs. Not that much though. I think it was $16.99 or $17.99. Basically nothing. And the proceeds go to supporting gun violence. So buy it because you're supporting that. Awesome event Saturday. 7:30 is the buy-in pre-show. 8:30 is when the card starts. 8:15, sorry. And again, we'll let you know when we'll be doing the review. It'll be right here live on Twitch, on Twitter, and YouTube. So make sure you're following us on social media. That's important to let you guys know when we're going to be going live for that review.
There's a few little like news things that like I picked up on, and I know like girl had messaged me earlier about one of them, but so apparently that they're going to reveal the first month of the tapings, like when they're going to tape and everything at Fight for the Falling. So look out for that. So that's going on.
And as far as we know, they're aiming for NBA size arenas, so that's pretty good off the bat. And I also read that it's NBA size arenas, and it's a travel, so they're not going to be sticking in one city. Every week's going to be in a different city, which is awesome. So,
Cupid Girl brought something up. I have this wild card idea, but I don't think it's going to happen. What if Rosemary is the one that Brandy called?
Oh, Rosemary. I don't know what it all we can make these fantasy picks, but it all depends on the contracts, right? We all can say, oh yeah, they'd be great in AEW, but you know what I mean? Like, it's contracts, right? Some contracts have some wrestlers not having that much freedom, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, AEW is a new company. I don't think they've started beef with anybody, so it'd be interesting if they ever did. Anyways,
Sorry. No, Eric said that he sent them, but I don't see them on the tweet. So just give me them in the chat, and then I'll announce them. I mean, I see something that was unavailable, so I don't.
Oh, no.
I apologize for that. It's not on.
Yeah, I see a lot of Twitter stuff. What does that mean? Twitter tweet not available. What does that mean? I've never really looked into it, but I don't know.
I'm sorry. So yeah, just type them in the chat, and then we'll read it from there. So I'm sorry about that. So Kyle, like, did you see the whole thing with Enzo Amore?
Yeah, I saw a video before we got on today. I saw it was at a Blink-182 concert, and they're like looking to. I don't know, because they didn't actually scrap. They were just like, you know, like in the stance, and then they didn't really fight, and Enzo walked away. I don't know if that's done on purpose. I don't think they're aiming to sign Enzo Amore. The guy's got a big mouth, and we know his history with the WWE. I don't think that's good publicity for AEW, especially a new startup company. I think it's real. I think these guys are just jawing at each other. So,
I mean, probably Joey
Janela has been DMing Superhuman about it.
He said that he kind of like started it. So, I don't know. Like, I agree with you. I don't think it's a good start. This isn't good.
No, Janela better be careful, man.
Yeah.
That guy better be careful, or else AEW could cut ties pretty quickly, I think. I don't think his contract's that ironclad. So,
I don't know. It's just craziness. So, I hope, like, you know, this doesn't, like, continue all this, like, binging it does. It looks really bad. And Enzo Amore, like, I don't even know. They're going to be at the Northeastern Wrestling. Like, I don't want to see them. Care. Like, me and Kyle, like, we were so mad.
These guys have, like, straight up go-away heat. Like, these guys have straight up go-away heat. It's crazy.
I don't know. So that's going on. Was there anything else? Where was it? I think that was it. Yeah. I'm making sure, like.
I know. I'm kidding.
Okay, so. Oh, okay. So Tony Khan gives his thoughts of intergender wrestling stipulation matches. I know, like, I saw he talked about that he really didn't agree with it. It kind of makes me a little sad because, I mean, I get it. It's like the whole thing of, like, respect.
Yeah.
So I'm a little sad because I do enjoy these matches. But he said I didn't like Jordan Grace got hit in the face.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's cool. I'm really against, you know, domestic abuse. I know I'm not saying that it is. It's a really complex question. I knew it would come up sooner or later. It's probably not what we're going to do, and we're going to focus on a men's division singles and tag, and women's division singles and tag, and have those divisions.
It's supposed to be the alternative. They're not trying to copy what every other company's doing. That's what it's a cool thing to do now, is intergender matches. And you know what I mean? If AEW wants to say that we don't want to do that, it's not disrespect. That's not what they want to do. I mean, I don't know how people can sit there and criticize AEW for not wanting to do it. Oh, give them a chance and blah, blah, blah. No, they can choose not to do it without disrespecting them. It's just they're not putting it in the cards of what they want to show on TV. Right. Like, God, people just love to complain. The internet's become such a toxic place, and just people love to complain about everything now.
The Tessa and Sami Callihan match was really, really good. I give her credit to go up against the guy. And you're professional, so you know what you're working with, and you know, like, I actually enjoy these matches, the intergender. So it kind of makes me sad, but I get it. I'm a little old-fashioned too, and of course, like, I'm against all the whole domestic violence and stuff like that. But if it's done tasteful and professionally, like, I think it could work. So I think at this time we're not going to see it. Maybe in a couple of years we'll see some intergender. Maybe we're going to have a mixed tag. I mean, we'll see what happens in the future. Eric said he thinks Brandy, the Young Bucks, Sonny Kiss, Kenny, Lucha Brothers, Hangman Page, Jimmy Havoc team. So thank you.
Nice.
So yeah, they complain to complain. So but yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for our little news. I don't know if you have anything.
Nope. I'm excited for Saturday. I'm excited to get it again. We'll let you know, guys. It's tough with me because it's my work schedule. I'm still trying to get out early enough. If not, I'll be catching the pay-per-view like midway through. Like I'm going to start it. I'm going to be late watching it. I don't know if me and Tiff are going to do anything, maybe like a late review on a Saturday. If not, we're going to be pushing it to either Sunday or Monday. So Sunday night maybe, or even Monday. We'll see. So
okay, that's fine.
You guys keep an eye on Twitter.
Yeah, and actually James, my co-host from That Ass Podcast.
You guys don't know. Tiffany does currently still once in a while. She has her own. That's where you see Dad Ass Podcast in all the chats. That's her. She actually has a relationship-based podcast she does with her friend James. James actually might join us for the review. So I have a third.
Yeah, so it's really the scheduling between the three of us. I mean, obviously, me and Kyle are going to do it. We're just not sure when. And if we can fit James in with his schedule with us, then he'll do this one. If not, he said that he's down to do All Out with us. And I think next week, we're going to do with Queen.
Okay.
Do a review, not a review.
The Queen of NE, or
yes.
New England. Is that what I'm hoping? That's right.
She's in Connecticut, so she is amazing. I love her, so she is totally down to co-host an episode with us. So I think next week we're going to do that with her. So sweet. Guys, make sure you follow us all over to find out our next podcast.
Do I gotta be the same and start a list of wives?
No, because the husband's my thing. So okay. You don't need.
I'm
to
gonna copyright infringement. Can't sue me. I'm in Canada.
Listen, get your own thing for the podcast. I have the list of husbands. Go get your own thing.
The list of Kyles.
Okay.
List of Kyles, and that Kyle who tweeted in, he's added to the list. You made the list.
No. Yeah. Don't be putting people on my list.
That's my list. List of Kyles is my list.
The list of Kyles. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
Whatever.
Anywho. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning into the predictions for the All Elite Podcast, your Fight for the Fallen predictions. Make sure you are following us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Myself at Real Kyle Masters, my co-host at Loves to Dream 82. Every link for you to follow and click on, especially our Discord, because we have a Discord. It's awesome, fun way to chat with everyone about wrestling. Everybody's in there, so make sure you go check it out. Link everything, like I said, all links are down in the description below on YouTube. So go over to our YouTube page, youtube.com/NHBWR. Hit the subscribe button, most importantly, and then click the link to follow to where you need to go. Even the on-the-go links are down there for you. So that's going to do it, guys, for episode number 30, the Fight for the Fallen predictions. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, always joined by my co-host, the executive vice president of Giggles and the Heartbreak Chick, Tiffany. We'll see you guys next episode for our Fight for the Fallen review. Toodles.